Hello again, everyone. This is going to be a really quick card because I've got to get the lunch ready, and I've just actually got back from delivering Cleo home. She had a lovely couple of nights here, and in our session yesterday, she really enjoyed making the James Pond card. But one thing I wanted to mention to you, that I had spoken to her. Kids are amazing, aren't they? I showed her these two, and I said to her, this was the card from the day before Cleo came. And I told her that I'd done these the same time. I'd used exactly the same process, exactly the same powder. And I said, why do you think, she didn't see that bit. I said, why do you think this one has come out a different colour from that one? And I could almost see the brain, the cogs going round working. And she said, you could see, got that look on her face. You expect me to know this, Granny? How do I know this? What have I done that will tell me that? You could see the mind working. She said, is it on black paper? And it is. I was so proud of her that she recalled a session that we'd had where we'd done pigment powders with mica on different surfaces, black and as opposed to white. And she'd remembered that, those things make a difference. I was just so proud of her. So all I want to do today is to just make another card with these two. This was Pretty Gets Gritty mica powder. It was called Unicorn. This was on white. This was on black. And this one I sprayed with water just to bring about a little bit of the purple colour. This one I sprayed with hairspray. It's just a liquid to sort of set the colours in motion. So what I thought I would do is I'd cut another panel and do something with it, and I wasn't quite sure what. But the panel itself determined what I was going to do. I don't know if you can see here, I've actually rubbed it from the back, but there's a kind of a crease, an indentation in this piece of card. And when I looked closely at the die cutting machine, there was an offcut, a little sliver of card between this paper and the top plate, and it made that impression. So I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I will put a panel on the left. So I've cut another piece with the same die cut, the same die, should I say, to put there. And I thought I'd have a fancy border. And this one, I think this is a penny black. They do some really interesting things of that. I thought I would cut that down there. It's just about the right length to meet top to bottom. We could put the butterflies somewhere on the line, and maybe a sentiment, and that would, clean and simple being the word for this one. So let me just cut this. The other thing I wanted to show you is this. I don't know if you can be able to see this. Well, that's great. This is my Platinum 6. The thing I want to show you is this. I bought a replacement handle. I said the other day that I thought my Platinum 6 the handle was getting a bit wobbly, and I think it is. And a friend or crafter suggested maybe it was needing tightening. Well, I thought I'd try a different handle. And this is as tight as it goes, and it's still very wobbly. But this one is an extended handle. You can't do it on the desk like this. You have to have your machine with the handle hanging over the edge of somewhere. But because it's larger, it's a bit like in the olden days before power steering. The steering wheels used to be absolutely huge. But with power steering and all the rest of it, they got down to smaller ones. Well, this is like the large steering wheels. It makes it easier to turn. You have further to go, but easier to turn. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is just cut this panel with this edging die. I think we'll have it about that far across, actually. So let's try this. My Platinum 6, the handle hangs down below the edge of the desk, so we're fine. It's very easy to turn, I must confess. Very much easier to turn. Be interesting to see on some of the, you know, thicker sandwiches, you know, the ones that are a bit more challenging, to see what it's like. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got. So we've got this lovely edge. So there is my line, my embossed line. If I put that right there, then we can just put our butterflies on like that. That's the best place. It's very pretty, isn't it? And then just a simple sentiment somewhere. I'll find a sentiment and then stamp it, and we can be in business, popping that onto a card base. I'll be right back. The sentiment I decided upon was with sympathy. I really love butterflies for sympathy. I mean, for sympathy. They do for so many different occasions. But purple being the liturgical colour as well, I just thought it would be quite cool to have with sympathy. This one is from a set I got from Amazon. I will put a link in the description below to these, and I just love these negative sentiments. I'm going to try stamping it in black. I have put this panel onto foam tape. I think, you know, the shadow just emphasises the design. So without any colour or anything else, I think that's absolutely great. So here's the black. Let's just stamp this sentiment. I may need a couple of stamps. Something in that corner there. Can you see? Just there, a spot of dust or something. It is still there. Let me just clean it off and see if that's the problem. I'll try again. And that has got it. Excellent. Right, I will now cut that out and we'll just assemble the card and we will be done. Really is a truly clean and simple card. But if you're doing things like this, it's quite easy in a way to do several at the same time. I think this one will be raised onto foam tape too. Yes, I will. Just nothing else to do really, just cut a couple of die cuts and assemble them on a card. But proportion, balance, it's all important. You can do exactly the same things but put the things in the wrong place and the effect is completely lost. Right, let's stick the fancy panel down. So there's the mark I need to obliterate. Camouflage, cover up, whatever word you care to use. Right. Right to the edge. If you have trouble aligning stuff like this, you can always use the corner of a scoring board, stamping platform, whatever. I think I'll do it. I'm not doing terribly well this morning. Here's a scoreboard. We'll put that in. We'll put this in up to the corner. And that's it. So much easier to do than trying to align. Okay. Right, that's that one. Now we'll put the butterflies on. Do you want that one at the top or the little one at the top? No, I think I prefer the larger one at the bottom. Bit of glue. And a little chap. Someone asked me where I got these from. I think it was Amazon. I did put a link for someone. This pink thing with the needle, is called a lure lock, LUERLOCK needle, and this is a cap for a lure lock needle. So that is what you would put into a search to try and find some of these. Okay, now this one, I think that would go quite nicely there. Yeah, I think that's quite nice there. A little glue stick to give me just a little manoeuvrability. And we'll pop it on. About there. And this will go onto our card base. And we are done. I mean, literally, that was moments. Cut a panel, cut a border, stick it on, stamp a sentiment, and there's our card finished. So I hope you enjoyed just seeing a very quick assembly of a couple of butterflies. You know, it doesn't take a moment really. And we've got a clean and simple card. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. And do come back and see me really, really soon. Thank you.